Hello, welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted for a long time because of family commitments and work commitments, so I thought it would be useful as I start making videos again to go back to the very basics of the oboe and the recorder. I've had several new pupils start on oboe, and it's made me realise that there's not a lot of content out there to help when you're initially starting out. So I thought today I'd just go through the very basics of getting the first four notes to come out on the oboe. Now, I haven't done a video where I'm setting up the oboe because I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you've already got an oboe teacher who has shown you how to do all of that and how to manage the reeds. So I thought today I'd just give you some basic tips on how to get the first four notes to come out, because sometimes with beginners, especially if they've come from the recorder straight to the oboe, they realise there's a lot more keys, and the problem is if you accidentally touch one or two of them, it can make a note squeak or alter it to a different note and just make sound production really, really tricky. So I first of all have soaked my reed in a little bit of water for a couple of minutes. I use an egg cup. You can use any cup just as long as it's only filled up a little bit. So I'm going to pop the reed in. And the first note I would get a beginner oboist to play is a little bit different from the ones you find in books. Usually books start with B and then A and then G, but I think the easiest note on oboe to start with is actually the C above middle C, because this is a really easy one to play. So this first note C is just your first finger on the first key there. So it's a little bit trickier on my oboe because I've got a professional oboe. I play on a Howarth made of cocobolo wood, Howarth XL. On a beginner's oboe, you wouldn't have this many keys. So I put my finger there, and then I really watch out for this side key here. This is called the first octave key. So it helps when we're going up into the higher register. But you have to be really careful when you're starting out not to let your finger touch it, because if you accidentally open it, it's quite sensitive. It's quite difficult to see on here, but if I accidentally touch it a little bit, you can see it moves even just a tiny bit. And then unfortunately that means air escapes from that hole and it causes the note to squeak or to go up an octave. So you've got to be really careful. So when I'm starting out teaching new beginners, especially if it's children, I ask them to imagine that their kind of hand is like this, like a curve. And what you have to be really careful of is imagine there's like a little hamster in that curve, and you have to be careful not to squash your fingers down and squash the hamster. So you've got to be really careful and hold it open like that. So I try and have my fingers in a curved position like that, so I'm not touching. Sometimes it can be really tempting, especially when you're starting out. The oboe's a lot heavier. If you've switched from the recorder, you'll find it a lot heavier, and so you're tempted just to rest your hand. But the problem is if you do that, you'll then knock this key. So this is how a C sounds. So I've just got my first finger, nothing else, and my thumb is resting underneath the thumb rest. And again, this hand is not resting on anything, because if we rest this hand on some of these keys, it will make the note squeak or make it not even come out. So we've got to be really careful that with the oboe, we've got this C shape in both hands. And like I said, you've got a hamster in between and you're being careful not to squash it. So this one, I've got this here. I'm just balancing it like this. And this is what the C should sound like. Just first finger only, nothing else. So when you're starting out, I would just try practicing that lots of times, doing lots of long notes, especially to help with the breathing as well. If you're going from recorder, it's much more breath needed with the oboe. So I would just blow that note, get used to how it feels, and also making sure that your reed is the right softness for you. I really recommend starting, for children, start on a soft, and maybe adult beginners start on a medium soft. But maybe I will do another video about reeds another time. So we've got our C, which is just your first finger, nothing else. And then to get our next note, B, we simply just put our thumb on the thumb plate at the back. Now again, on a beginner's oboe, you won't have the third octave key, which I have here. You'll have the second octave key, but you won't have this one. So you've got to be really careful, don't touch this one. This is the thumb plate, and this is where you're going to put your thumb. Again, if you accidentally put it on the second octave key as well, it will make it squeak or make it change to a different note. So it's really important to keep your thumb there, not in the middle for now, just there. So you're going to keep your first finger on that you have for the C, and then just pop your thumb on the back like that. Just touching it again. Keep that curved shape. You're not touching this one and this one. So there's two keys to avoid now, which makes it a little bit trickier. So you've got your C like this. And put my thumb plate on, and this is going to make a B. So I haven't changed anything. I haven't moved my hand position. I've just simply put my thumb down. And it sounds like this. So listen to how it sounds different, going from the C to the B. Okay, so once you're confident with the C and the B coming out, we're then going down to A. So this time, we keep our position that we have for B. So we've got our thumb on the thumb plate, our first finger on the first key at the front, again not touching the side key or the back key, we've just got the thumb and the first one down, and then you're simply going to put your next finger down. So that's A, so that is two fingers and your thumb, and it should sound like this. So if we go down from C, I start with no thumb, just my first finger. B, put my thumb down. Next finger down, A. Again, keeping that curved position. It's a bit tricky to see on the camera, but I'm keeping it nice and curved so my finger is nowhere near touching that first octave key. Then the next note is G. So this one is simply putting your next finger down. So you've already got your A in position, your thumb on the thumb plate at the back, first finger, second finger, and then the G is the next big one. Now you might have a little key there in between. You don't want to put your finger on that one. You want to go to this one, the next biggest one, that looks similar to the B and the A. So you've got B, your thumb at the back, A, and then the next one, not on that little one, on this big one, okay? So this is what a G sounds like. As you can hear, the notes are getting lower down from the C to the G, getting lower every time. So I'll play all of them, starting from the C. Remember, C is no thumb plate for now. So we've just got first finger, being really careful to avoid this key here at the side. So here's C. B, put your thumb down. A, next finger. G, next finger down. So I'll do it all in one go. And once you feel confident with that, you can start on your G and go up to the C. But in the beginning, it's easier to go from the C and keep adding a finger rather than taking it off. But if you feel confident with doing those four notes in that order, then try doing it in reverse order. So we're going to start on the G, which is three fingers, and the thumb plate at the back. Remember, avoiding these extra keys, and in your other hand, you're just balancing it on your thumb. So we're not touching any of these keys here. You can go back down. So just to recap, C is just your first finger, nothing else at the back. To get B, we're going to put our thumb down. I can show you this way, on the thumb plate, like that. A, you're going to put your second finger down, keep the thumb down, and G. So those are your first four notes on the oboe. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, please do type them in the comment box below. And if there's any other videos you'd like, such as how to set up your reed, what type of reeds to use, how to even set up the oboe, then I'm really happy to make a video if that's useful for you. Again, just comment below if you find that helpful. Thank you for watching.